And thank you for staying up late with us. We have a great program. We thank you for hanging in with us here tonight. Now, 6 young teens in Massachusetts are under investigation after allegedly holding a mock slave auction on Snapchat, and it was last month. The kids involved are the 8th grade, according to prosecutors. White students had a private group Snapchat where they placed bids on 2 of their black classmates. Authorities say several students were suspended days after this came to light, and they are also now facing criminal charges by the district attorney's office. Joining us to talk about it, pastor and journalist Dr. Ruth Olson and investigator Arthur Silky Slim Reed. Glad to have you all here on The Factor Uncensored. So, Dr. Olson, when you see something like this, your thoughts about it from young minds, young people. We've always heard once the old people move away or die off, then racism will slowly disappear. But it's alive and well, especially on social media.
It's alive and well, and something has burst open in this country in the last few years. People are emboldened. These kids learned this from somewhere, and it's
I think you may have a clue, but
yeah,
go ahead.
It's very tragic. It's very tragic what has happened, because people want to deny that slavery even happened. You know, look at what's going on in Florida. They don't want to use the word slavery.
We're rewriting history as we speak.
We don't want to offend anybody, but look at the tragedy, the immense emotion that these children, these black children, had to go through. And it's terrible, it's unacceptable. And then you have people who have the unmitigated gall to not want people to stay woke, or in my vernacular, stay awake. We darn well better stay woke, because these kids at this level, these kids are going to grow up. These kids who are doing these mock slave trade things, they're going to grow up, and where are they going to end up? They're going to end up in corporate America or owning businesses. What are they going to feel about my grandchildren or your children? We better stay awake right now.
And of course, we know Boston particularly has a racism or race problem, and it's been there for decades.
Well, yeah, so does Texas, so yeah. So does America.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stay woke.
And Arthur, let's hear from you. They are now bringing in the district attorney's office. He was made aware of it a day after it happened. Are we on the right path with prosecuting these young kids?
I think definitely so, Isaiah. I think the biggest question is, when we see these type of incidents take place, why is it so long for them to be arrested? Why is the investigation so long? So that's one of the questions that we ask every time we see something like this across America, especially when it comes down to individuals being killed by other races. So like she said, and we all have to be real about this, this is something to be alarmed about. This is something to stay awoke about, especially with the atmosphere that's already out in America. And everybody knows that racism is just an American as apple pie. It's been that way. It's going to be that way. It's not going to die out because it's being taught to them. This behavior is a taught behavior. When you hate somebody, somebody has to teach you to hate. I have little children, and when they go into the store, they mix with white children and have a good time. They play like they don't know anything about their skin color. But when you see those individuals that act out against others because of their skin color, it's something that's been taught to them. And unfortunately, this is a passed down generational curse and hate that is passed down through generations, and we're not going to get rid of that. We just can't get rid of it. It's here.
So, and Dr. Ruth, do you feel the same way, that it's here forever and we will never be able to deal with it?
I can't say that. I don't want to say that. I don't want to believe that. I'm going to keep on working on it. Now, the reality is that my brother is probably correct, at least in my lifetime. But I have to believe that I'm a pastor, okay, so I have to believe that there can be a miracle of God. Something can happen where people could say, you know what? We've been wrong all the time. We had no right to kidnap these people, to subjugate these people, to sell these people, to break up their families. And now, after we did all of that, okay, now we're going to have them in the country, and we are not going to allow them access. We're going to teach our children to hate them. We're going to continue to hate them, and we're not going to give them the equal rights that they deserve in this country. I cannot believe that our country would continue to be like that.
And Arthur, do you think social media only makes this worse, exacerbate the problem?
Oh, definitely. So social media gives a nobody a place to become, or think they have become somebody, and even if it's stemmed in racism, it's the same. Now, I like what she said about the scriptures, but also remember that Pharaoh let the children of Israel go, and then his heart was what? Hardened by God, and he went back after them. Wait a minute, I ain't letting them go nowhere. And that's kind of like how we are here in America. Even though they know what they're doing is wrong, they know it in the center of their heart, but just because they are who they are, it's hard for them to even change the way that they feel about us. And the crazy thing about it, Isaiah, is that if we really take a look at it, why America is on the blink of what Donald Trump is saying as a bloodbath and a race war and all of this type of stuff. The only thing that colored people or black people are trying to do is go along, make a hard living for their family and provide for their family. We ain't thinking about no war. And that's the sad part about it, is that if they do decide to do anything, we won't be prepared because we thinking that it's just talk. But we have to pay attention to history, because history always repeats itself. Social media is a major, major problem with what goes on with this racism, white supremacy, and all of the other things. The things that crazy about it is that if we go out and we start to fight for justice for individuals that's been killed by police or other individuals, they monitor everything that we say. They tell us that it's against their community policies. They put us in Facebook jail. But with these individuals, they're capable to do everything and don't be held accountable on social media at all. It's just crazy.
All right. We want to thank you guys for joining us on The Factor Uncensored. Really quick, Arthur, when Donald Trump issued a statement saying he wasn't talking about a war in America with bloodbath, he was talking about jobs being lost in the auto industry. Your thoughts, really quick?
I think every time Donald Trump says something, they have a way to will it and make it seem like he said something else.
All right. Thank you for joining us. Still ahead.